Watch Tranzeet TV right now.
Biar mo ng ultimate comentario uno. Keep watching Tranzeet TV and stay more for premium content. Otra vez, adios.
And they have nominated to win. So, and this brings me to Vinicius Jr. and Rodri. I believe that Rodri is a deserved winner of this award this year because this young man has done everything. We start from his understanding of his role in the team. Rodri is an all-round footballer. He has helped Tranzeet TV, welcome back again. Still in Florida, and yes, the business out here is coming to an end, but I had to take some time off quickly from the busy day schedule to talk about the Ballon d'Or that was conducted yesterday. Of course, it's no longer news that Rodri won this award, and a lot of people feel that he deserves it. Some say no. Some, especially Real Madrid fans, are saying Vinicius Jr. should have won it. A lot of people are complaining about Jude Bellingham coming second on this one. And yes, I just wanted to use this video to give you some perspective and some understanding of the thinkings behind who wins this award every year. And before I do that, let's quickly get Ronaldo and Messi out of the way on this one. These two individuals are outstanding footballers over the years. For the past almost 15 years now, have dominated this award. Between two of them, they have won, I think, 13 or 12 of it between the two of them. And they redefined the metrics behind winning this award, which mainly will now start to hamper on who scores, who assists, and all that. You know, so yeah, the both of them were way ahead of a lot of people, all the other players, and there was no way anybody could come close to them. And it kind of made it impossible to recognize other people in other departments in the game who we are doing bits in terms of their output, their productivity, and all that in their teams and in the world of football. So yeah, let's get Messi and Ronaldo out of the way. But they kind of created their own standard of measure for who will win the award. But now that they're out of the scene, it's come back to what it used to be. And yes, I just want to let us understand something. I have followed this personally. I'm not a very big fan of this award, but I've tried to make sense of how they come up with who wins and who doesn't win. And one of the things I've found out is that is consistency. And before I talk about that, Ballon d'Or is a very prestigious award. And I kind of believe that anybody that wins it has to deserve to win it. Now, let's talk about the few players that have been mentioned. Vinicius Jr. He has done a lot for Real Madrid, scored a lot of goals. Rodri won it. Of course, he has been a mainstay for Manchester City. We know that. In fact, a lot of people have said that Manchester City is no longer favored to win the EPL this season because Rodri is not there. Because all the games that they, especially last season, all the games that they lost, he was not there. The games that he played, they never lost. He only lost one game with Manchester City in over 12 months. And that tells you how important it is to that team. And Manchester City, if not the best, is among the top 2, top 3 best teams in the world in the last 2 seasons. So you can imagine a player of that magnitude, of that importance to the team, as good as Manchester City, then you know, that tells you what he had been doing for the team. Then you talk about Jude Bellingham. Yes, he came from Dortmund, and he was doing very well in Dortmund at a young age, 20 years, coming to Real Madrid. First season in Real Madrid, shattered out so many records. Again, he deserves to be one of the nominees. And there's one player that I would love to talk about that many people are not mentioning, Lautaro Martinez. This dude won back-to-back Copa America with Argentina, won the World Cup, and won Italian Scudetto, came second the next year, came second in Champions League the year before, and won the Italian Cup as well. And nobody is mentioned. And he was the highest goal scorer in Italian Serie A season before this season, which is part of what is being considered in this award. So I don't know whether people are not mentioning Lautaro Martinez. So if you want to go the route of scoring goals and winning things, I think he needs to be mentioned. But again, this is an individual award. And so talking about how the winner of this award is decided, I think and I believe from my research and the studies is more of consistency. You have to have been at the same level for at least 2 seasons. And this explains why people like Benzema came very close to winning it for a long time and never won it until they were consistent, carried Madrid for 2-3 seasons and eventually winning it. That explains why nobody's talking about Haaland this season, because the year before he can't even not explain what he did for Manchester City. Scored a lot of goals, but the next season he kind of disappeared. Of course, he had injuries and didn't score as many goals, and that's why it's not been mentioned this season, this year in this year's award. Lewandowski, came close to winning it again, but the next season after he didn't win it, he didn't really do much. He moved to Barcelona and he's about finding his form again this season. So yeah, you have to, and the reason is because Ballon d'Or, he can't be a Ballon d'Or winner by just a flash in the pan performance. This season he was great and you win it. Then next season you're no longer in the radar and people will be referring to you as a Ballon d'Or winner. So there has to be an element of consistency for at least 2 or 3 seasons that people can look back and have record of consistent and numbers that you threw out there that they can say, yeah, this is a deserved winner of Ballon d'Or. So that's why what I have found out that is behind who wins this award. So people should stop, kind of saying a player should win an award because he did well this season. Yes, we are voting for this season, but there has to be consistency. You have to prove that you can do it the next season. You have to have certain conditions met, like how important are you to your team? Without your team, can your team win? If your team without you, will your team lose? Winning, big things. We know how bad the Brazilian team, really need to win in the last how many years. I can't remember the last time they win the last trophy. Vinicius Jr has been part of that team as well, and they have not managed to win. So, and this brings me to Vinicius Jr and Rodri. I believe that Rodri is a deserved winner of this award this year because this young man has done everything. We start from his understanding of his role in the team. Rodri is an all-round footballer. He has helped Manchester City, stay in games when they find it difficult. I remember Fernandinho leaving Manchester City. I was like, City is gone because without Fernandinho, I don't know how Pep was going to do it. You remember Pep was playing Fernandinho up to he was 30, I think he was 37 or so when he was playing his last game for City. And Rodri comes on board and all of a sudden, boom, City even goes 2 more gears up and has remained so since then. For a player not to lose a game with a team for over a year, it tells you what, and it's not like that team has not lost games within that year. They have, but they only won lost games that he was not playing. So that tells you his importance. And a team like Manchester City that Pep has built to break all records, to shatter all kinds of records out there in the game of football, and one player becomes this very important. It tells you how good he is on the game. They talk about understanding and all-round football brain. What is scores goals, and not just goals, important goals. Manchester City have been locked up in some very clutch games, and Rodri steps up and scores the important goals. Defending, helping City to win games. It cannot go wrong with that. And then, most importantly for me, a player that has all these attributes, that does all this, has this kind of contribution for his team, and still has the right attitude. Rodri has always carried himself in a manner that assumes respect, both for the game of football, for himself, for his teammates, for even opponents most of the time. So I think he represents what I think should be a Ballon d'Or winner, because when you become a winner of that award, you become an ambassador. So I feel that Rodri, kind of all, deserves to win it. Vinicius Jr, let's talk about Vinicius Jr a little bit. Vinicius Jr, fantastic footballer, skillful, scores goals, a thorn in the flesh for opponents. But where I have a little issue with him is other things behind him that outside of football. Consistently getting into fight with opponents, with referees, with fans, with himself, with his teammates, and like I mentioned before the last 1 year, yes, he could see there's a player in there. He can see that he has it. He was doing it, but not at the level he's doing it right now. So I believe that if Vinicius Jr can put his head down, figure out some of these other issues that is around him, and perform at this same level, next season, nobody will drag it with him, because he would have shown that he is grown to remain at that level. Right now, he has gotten to where he can win the award, but he needs to prove that he's not a flat, that he can stay at that level for a number of years. And the reason is because you're going to look back 5 years from now and say things that he did. And not just one season. No, things that he did over the course of seasons. And again, to help his case will be Brazil also stepping up the national team and winning stuff. He also helps in this award. And I will not finish this video without talking about Mbappe. A lot of people have said Mbappe, for him to win the Ballon d'Or, he had to go to Real Madrid. And I think the organizers of this award have finally come to let us understand that this award is not meant for certain positions in the game or certain teams. You have to have an all-round qualification to win it. Mbappe has a lot of work to do if he wants to win Ballon d'Or. If the reason why he moved to Real Madrid is to win Ballon d'Or, then he's way far from it. We have not seen the best of him in Real Madrid, and other players are coming up, are stepping up. Barcelona is stepping up again. So Mbappe and Real Madrid fans, it's high time you guys understand that this is the World Award. It's not for Real Madrid, and it's not just for Champions League. There are so many things that come into it. And after all these metrics, then again, it comes down to voting. And this is where attitude is part of it. People are now going to vote you, and some of them are going to not vote for you, not because you're not at that level in terms of performance, but because of your attitude, because of how you relate with other people, players, fans, the media, and all that. So yeah, for me, Rodri is a deserved winner of this year's award. Of course, there's not going to be 100% correct decision, but if in the scale of 100, I give him 75% winning this award for what he has done the last 2 seasons. This award, from what I have seen, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but from what I have seen over the years, nobody wins this award from one season wonder. They consider 2-3 seasons, and I agree with that, because we're going to look back years behind and say this guy is a Ballon d'Or winner, and this is the reason. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. I know a lot of you out there, this is forming an argument out there, conversations and discussion. People have their preferred winners. But for me, I feel Rodri deserves to win this one. And let me know what you think. And I'll see you again. Ciao.